Hello again, sorry about that. Unfortunately, my game crashed. Live again. I'm going to quickly check how long is left in F6, but we've got 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in qualifying. F6 is just about finishing, so I'm expecting Omi to be here shortly as I quickly pull up the stream again, so I can watch over comments if there is any. Who's on a lap at the moment? It seems like Cutie Joe's maybe. He is just starting his. Everyone should be coming out of the pit lane now for their final laps, as we're getting down to the final 2 minutes now. But all in all, the real question is who is getting pole position, as that is an Alfa Romeo going slowly. It is Fusion in P8 at the moment. He was in P3 at one point, and he's fallen down that order, as Curtis Jones will be the first one to complete a flying lap on these final runs. He's 10th up in the first sector and heading through turns 11 now and down towards 12, 3.1 tenths off at the moment. He would be sitting around, I think it would be P2 if he can get that lap. I think while I was gone as well, Nord went into the 15.2s with the 15.297, but Joe up to the line. Does he improve enough? He goes into P2 as expected, 2.65 tenths up. It's going to be Tigo next, but I think the next one who's actually on a lap already would be Mike, running through 2013. I take that back, it would have been Xenon, I think, but Mike is running off his one of the final laps for him. An improved out lap there, I think, as that is really into P2. Didn't see the improvement on that lap, but I was also comparable, I think, starting these final laps. So it is the dying stages of the session. Can Adrian get across the line to start another lap? He can, as he was invalid, and 7 tenths down. That's not even Nick, it's going to be Daniel crossing a line there, but I think he's down on his time. Someone's just improved. Must have been Joe's, I think, as no goes into P3. Where does Nick go? Checker flag has just fallen. He goes into P7. So the next driver to cross the line will be Curtis Joe's, but he's already finished his flying laps. He's 2.6 off. And then it is going to be Tigo. He's fallen down to P9. He was in P4. Where does he go though? P4 again. 1.5 tenths improved. Then I think it's going to be Fusion up to the line. He goes into P13 with 30 thousandths improved on that lap. Then it's going to be Pool, but he pulls into the pit lane, as well as Tonsa. And I think that would be Nord also pulling, and he thinks he's done enough on this lap, as Bram is running his off 4.2 tenths up on his flying lap. Where does he go? P15 for him, as everyone is just pulling back into the pit lane, thinking they can't improve anymore, or they've gone out too early. As Agent 60 thousandths up so far, crossing the line just any second now, and he goes P11 with a 51 thousandths improved. I think it's going to be Nathan next. He goes into P13. Where does the Wesley go? P17, 2.3 tenths up. Mustache is invalid on this lap, so that's over for him. And it must have been a Williams of Curtis Joe's. The AI having a but Noel and Rudy just need to put their cars back into their garage, and then we can get to the results screen. But it is Nord on pole position with a 15.297. Nord starting on pole position on, if I'm right, it is the right hand side of the track, and it's Daniel, Rudy, Noel, Tigo, Joe's, Mike, Nick, Xenon, and Tonso running out your top 10. That's Agent Comfort, Nathan, Fusion, Mustache, Bram, Owesi, Ollie, Pool, and Thomas running off the rest of your grid. Question is, who's leading towards turn 1? Not that long of a run down there, but you need to be careful with your braking point. I don't think, even if there is rain, I don't think anyone wants to pull a Valtteri Bottas and go bowling. As we now have 25 seconds until we go racing here in Hungary. Who is leading in towards turn 1, and who can get any moves done as well. Moves in the first lap could be crucial, as it is very hard to overtake. As we go to 1 light, 2 light, 3, 4 and 5 red lights are on, and it is going to be pedal to the metal, and we go racing here in Hungary. Go, go, go. Who's got the best start out of Nord and Daniel in towards turn 1? The drag race all the way down. It seems like Daniel had the better start though. He is ahead in towards turn 1. Can Nord stay around the outside? No, he can't, but he's on the alternate strategy as Daniel is starting on the mediums. Nord is starting on the hards. Rudy is also on the hards, but he's trying to go the long way round turn 2 and get past both AlphaTauri, but he's fallen back 1 place already from where he started, as Asian's already up 5 places to where he started. The 2 AlphaTauris swapping places out in front. Who else is getting moves done as Tonsa spun round on the exit of turn 4. Must have hit the curb or something, where as you don't normally spin unless you take it right wrong line, as that Joe's off on the exit of turn 7. Bram has no front wing on that car either, so he's going to be at a disadvantage throughout this entire lap and will have to box off those hards. One tyre you want to be on until either a safety car or until your pit window, as Nathan trying to get back past Thomas as Agent has made his way up to P5. No, getting past Nick as well through the final turn as he's spun them both round. I'm not too sure if that was a race at the track, but there was some damage coming off one of those cars there, as Owesi is, I think, ghosted for some reason. Might have been in the middle of a car at the time. But heading down towards turn 1, it is to go behind Daniel by 1.5 seconds on the first lap in towards the second. Two Haas teammates at the moment swapping paces. It seems like that medium strategy for Agent is working to his advantage at the moment, as both Nathan and Bram came into the pit lane. On that last lap, both for medium tyres, I think they both had front wing damage to their cars. Not what you want, especially in Hungary, one of the hardest tracks to overtake. As someone has spun line, that will be Thomas down on the exit of turn 11. Not what you want, but he's down to P18, not sitting in last at least. Daniel setting the fastest lap in 18.71. DRS is not enabled, but he is well clear of that at the moment. 2.9 seconds out in front. But Nord is struggling to keep within DRS of his teammate at the moment, as he is on those hard tyres, but the mediums working out to the best already, as both Nick and Noel have just come in on this lap. Seems like their spin that they had through turn 14 gave them both some damage, as the Agent is closing in on Nord to take that final podium place at the moment, and it could make it 3 runners out in front of medium tyres question is, can they pull a big enough gap over the hard runners before their tyres die off? He is closing in and will have DRS. Need to remember, it is a double DRS detection zone. So if you get it in towards turn 14, you'll have it on the exit of turn 1 down in towards turn 2 as well. The only 2 DRS zones here. Still making it pretty hard to overtake nonetheless, but heading down towards turn 2, can Agent go for a move here? He's closing in, he's taking the inside line. Has he gotten ahead though? He has, and is up into P3 and will try to make his way closer to Tego, and then when he can, maybe bridge that gap to Daniel. Bernard has all the work to do, starting from pole position, already down 3 places, but he is on the hards compared to those medium runners, as Thomas picking up a 3-second time penalty already. As he is spun on the exit of turn 5, but he's back going again. Can he pick up the pace and stay in P16, not get overtaken by Nathan? The battle is ongoing for P3, as it is somewhat of a DRS train behind, but they're separated either by around 5 tenths or it's 1.1, so they need to close those gaps if they want any chance. Bernard is closing in and he's looking to go for an overtake down in towards turn 2, just like Agent did on him. But really, the last teammate is looking for it at the moment. Closing in very rapidly, using those, I was going to say using those hards to his advantage, but then again, both of them are on hards. But it is 3 tenths of a second between the pair of them heading through turn 9 now. Track limits are pretty bad, especially through sector 2 and maybe through turn 4 as well on the exit. So you need to be careful not to pick up too many warnings, otherwise penalties could be deciding this race. But through turn 13 and in towards turn 14, the final corner, still in a DRS train. Nord is holding on to the DRS by about 2 tenths of a second, but that is Bram spun round at the back, unfortunately again for him, and he needs to pick up pace if he wants to stay unlapped. He is a reserve driver. Pretty late. Luno wasn't even Luno, I don't think, being the one. I think it was Max who was pulled out, as Pearl was Luno's reserve, and he's been overtaken by Joes in towards turn 3. You don't see many overtakes there, but it was on the exit of turn 2 that he got the switch back, and I'm pretty sure Omi is here now just waiting for that party invite from him. Someone has spun, and unfortunately I think that is Bram again on the exit of turn 14 and on the run to the line. He is not having the greatest of days. Those mediums aren't working out to his advantage. But Nord is still holding on to the DRS of Agent, which is meaning Rudy cannot overtake him just about yet. We need to use all of his battery if he wants to even go for it. As Bram picks up a 3-second time penalty heading through turn 4, as they now head towards turn 2, and I think that is also Bram spun again down at turn 5, which it is. Daniel has picked up a 3 between them, but in the end this could be deciding the race winner. if he can pull out a big enough gap as Ollie Olaf, also picking one up. So there's 4 drivers with 3-second time penalties so far. Trying to hold on to the DRS. As I've not received a party invite from Omi, so I'm just gonna go create one. Hadn't received it because I was already there for some reason. It didn't show up. Hello, Omi. Think you can hear me now, hopefully. For some reason his mic isn't showing up for me. And he is able to talk. To P13 with Pearl on his rear end, trying to get past as Thomas picks up another 3-second time penalty. Oh mate, are you here now? Can you hear me? I don't even know. And through turn 13, the battle is ongoing as Nord has overtaken Agent in towards turn 1. He will have the DRS again and will be able to stay ahead as long as he's got a good exit, which it looks like Agent has a better one in towards turn 2. He has to stay behind and has not been able to pick that position back up off Nord. But you need to remember those mediums aren't going to be lasting too long, as maybe, what is it? Apparently it's 20 laps. I can hear you now, Omi. I think you've just unmuted.
Oh no.